Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Give honors to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. Just back with another Walk&talk. We will want to just be edifying, and gonna title this somewhere along the lines of how there's cases on all of us, and it just reminds me of training day. My man said, I'm putting cases on all you bitches, right? Well, likewise, because more and more something that I've been meditating on, and it's giving me more confidence, the fact that we refer to ourselves as the hopeful elect, because with that being said, as we know, or as we should know, the elect, it was already written that they would have the victory. They already have the victory. All right. From everything to the personal situations that we deal with, all the way to ultimately overcoming and conquering this beast. It was said, it was already said that, again, they would obtain the victory. They already had the victory. You see? And with that being said, the fact that we refer to ourselves as the hopeful elect, for one, no one said it was going to be easy. All right, but nevertheless, that's why I said it gives me more confidence and faith. All right, because if we are of the elect, if we are of that number, and if you have that confidence, then it should make sense why you catch so much hell. It should make sense why it just seems like you can't catch a break. Why it's one calamity after another. It should make sense. All right. Because again, if we say and we believe, we call ourselves the hopeful elect, well, hey, we've got cases on us and we're being tried out, tried and refined. All right. Which reminds me of this. Let me get this real quick. I think that's Colossians. Actually, there is another one, but this is good nevertheless. This is not what I wanted, but I'm gonna read it anyways because it's a spirit. In Colossians chapter 3, I'm gonna go ahead and read verse 12. Put on therefore as the elect of the Most High, holy and beloved. And you see, and that's the thing, again, if we're calling ourselves the hopeful elect, all right, then, hey, like I just said, holy, right, which means to be separated for Yahweh Shema Shai's use, all right. So again, with that being said, there's going to be an extra fiery trial, so to say. All right. If you're one of the chosen, there's going to be an extra push. The Lord's going to push you a little harder. All right. So so that we can reach our full potential. Like it talks about in Wisdom of Solomon, mastering mastering our craft, our power, roughly paraphrasing. We have to get to a level of perfection. All right. And that's where the Lord is pushing us. He's guiding us to that level of perfection until he sees his image in us, which I'm gonna read that again in Colossians 1:20, Colossians 1:12. Put on therefore as the elect of the Most High, holy and beloved, bowels of merchants, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, and long suffering. You see, because again, with this case that's on us, all right, which I'm going to get in the book of Job, because again, we are being tried out, tried and refined. All right. And with that being said, through this process, we are learning, as I often mention, cutting off the fruits of this flesh and reaping the fruits of the spirit, which entails certain qualities, spiritual qualities, all right, that's, hey, quite frankly, at the end of the day, meat for the masses' use, But I'm going to jump up to verse 9. It says, lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. So actually, I do think that's what I wanted. All right. I think there's another one that is worded better, but nevertheless, this is the point that I wanted to make. Because like I said in verse 10, and put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. So you see, we are being transformed in the image of Yahweh Bashim El Shai. All right. But again, it's not going to come easy. All right. And that's why I said the Lord puts a extra fiery trials and tribulations, gives us an extra push, because again, we are being tried out. All right. We are being tried out, man. And we are being transformed in the image of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Right. I'm going to go to this. And Ephesians is what I originally wanted, which, yeah, pretty much says the same thing in Ephesians chapter 4. I started verse 22, that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust. Because again, we are learning to say, the hell with this flesh, what the flesh thinks, what the flesh wants, how the flesh feels, right? Because this flesh is subjected to sin. All right. It's bound to go off. And, we're, again, learning not to live off of the lusts, the deceits of the flesh. Verse 23, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness. So again, like I mentioned in Colossians, man, putting on a new man. All right. Patented after Yahweh Bashim El Shai, which, like many of our forefathers of old, and like it mentioned in Colossians, the meekness, right? Long suffering, definitely learning, a lot of patience, because again, this flesh, it wants that instant gratification, right? Instant gratification, which that's the characteristics of Esau. you know, which for a morsel of meat, so does birthright, right? That instant gratification, you see, wanting it right now and right then and right there, just to appease the flesh. Well, again, we're learning to say to help the flesh, and like I said, to help the flesh, what the flesh wants, how it feels. All right, and we're learning the fruits of the spirit, which consist of, again, patience, long suffering, endurance, integrity, right? Because, operating in the flesh, you will make irrational decisions. Operating in the flesh, you'll make decisions not in the best of your interests. And that's why, again, Lord willing, we're being trained up, because when that hour of temptation comes and that MOTB is presented and you're starving or whatever the case may be, that's why mass majority of these people, they're going to flock to take that MOTB, because it's going to be some sort of a instant gratification, some sort of a instant appeasing to the flesh right then and right there, whatever the case may be. But the elect, they're going to say to hell with that. All right. And that's why I'm going to get this. Bear with me. Bear with me. So in Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low state. So you see, that patience is one of the qualities of reaping the fruits of the Spirit. That patience, learning how to take the low, just learning how to tough it out, and, just like these fake and phony Christians say, let go, let God, let the Lord deal with it. Because oftentimes we try to take matters into our own hands when, hey, the Lord has been showing us that, hey, what are you worrying about? I'm here with you, So in whatever situation that comes about in your personal walk, all right, again, suffering patiently, not making rash decisions, all right, quick decisions based off of the flesh, but rather the spirit, letting the spirit overdrive, and just, hey, the Lord is going to somehow, some way work this out. Just going to let the Lord deal with this as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, as far as put my best foot forward in sincerity and in truth, then the Lord's got me. I got nothing to worry about. The Lord's going to take care of it because the Lord said he would. And again, like the scriptures say, the Lord has care for his elect. And again, we believe that we're of that number. We hope and believe we're of that number. Again, we call ourselves the hopefully elect. Well, hey, the Lord's going to take care of us. All right. Again, the Lord has care for his elect, roughly paraphrasing. So if we call ourselves the elect, then hey, the Lord's going to take care of it. Just deal with the lowly. Because, it goes both ways. Yeah, the Lord's going to, out of all the people on the earth, when it comes to the elect, yeah, the Lord's dealing with you. All right. But that goes both ways, because the Lord's going to chastise you. Because it's like you got all the kids on the block, right? Acting a fool. Then they end up doing something stupid, like breaking someone's car window or something. Well, you as the parent, or the parent, you as the parent, you being involved in that, you don't give a damn about those other children. Your only concern is that your child that was caught up in the mix. So therefore, hey, you're gonna punish your child. The hell with the other children. And that's likewise the elect with his chosen. All right. You see, yeah, the Lord, he loves his elect, but hey, he's going, like I mentioned earlier, push them a little harder. He's going to get on them a little harder. So going to this now in the book of Job. Job chapter. Matter of fact, before I get Job, I'm gonna get this before I forget it. In the book of Psalm 26. Psalm 26, starting at 1. Judge me, O Lord, for I have walked in mine integrity. I have trusted also in the Lord, therefore I shall not slide. So, you see, because again, another one of those quality traits, that integrity. What are you going to do when I hit you with such and such? What are you going to do how are you going to react? How are you going to feel? What are your thoughts when I hit you with a flat tire in the middle of the highway? All right. What are you going to do? Come to find out that your rib has been committing adultery. What are you going to do? You're going to curse the Most High? Or are you going to, well, hey, it's the Lord, right? Verse 2 says, examine me, O Lord, and prove me, try my reins and my heart. So you see, all right, because that's the point, all right, when it says to try my reins and my heart, and it just reminds me because, again, one of the meaningful spiritual quality traits that we're learning is discipline, temperance, control, all right? And when it says try my reins and my heart, it reminds me of a horse, which is a very powerful creature. It's a powerful animal, right? Well, how do you, for the most part, able to maintain some type of control of that animal? That's why you have the reins, that whatever you want to call it, the saddle, all right, or basically the reins is something that you put on the horse to maintain control of that horse, and that's what this reminds me of. We're learning to control our lust, the flesh, the scriptures talk about how we're not in bondage to this flesh, to sin. We learn to just keep it under subjection to the best of our ability and just let the Spirit rule. Because again, that's one of the many things, control, discipline, which goes back to disciple. All right. Definition of a disciple is a disciplined student. So that's what we're learning. All right. Because now going to the book of Job. Job chapter 1, because as we know, or as we should know, Job being he being a representation of the elect, so Lord willing, if we're at that number 8, this is one of many examples that we can learn from, because Job had a case on him, which goes back to the title at hand. We all have cases on us, and we want to be meat for the master's use. We want to partake at the council, the table with Yahushua, right? Well, we have to go through this. All right, we have to go through this. We have to be tried out. So Job chapter 1 and 6. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And Satan said, Slakia, and the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil? So you see, all right, Job had a case on him, just like we all do. All right. It says, then Satan answered the Lord and said, doeth Job fear God for naught? Hast thou not made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. So you see, man, because it's all good. It's all good when it's all going good, right? But like I was saying earlier, hey, what are you going to do when the Lord takes such and such away? When he strips certain comforts, when you put in uncertain situations, uncertain adversities and trials and tribulations, and it's just like I said, it's just Because that's one thing, man. And I mentioned this earlier this week. Like, Jake been catching hell even before the truth. It's just now when when we come into this truth, it just makes sense. Jake act like, because that's one of many Jake's complaints when they fall out, man. They would catch, it was too hard, it was too much, it was catching hell. Nigga, you've been catching hell. We all been catching hell before the truth. You know, you see, man. But you really start catching hell, once you wake up to this truth. Because again, it's just like, man, damn. One calamity after another, and that's what happened with Job. It's just like, damn, boom, out of nowhere, one calamity after another. You know, well, again, in those moments when such and such happens, this has happened, your house might burn down, all type of crazy shit. Like, damn, you start questioning if I'm a man of the Lord, and like, damn. Well, again, what are you going to do in those situations? And like Job, hey, you're going to curse the Most High, or you're going to continue to hold on to your integrity, deal with the lowly, be patient when I will change to a low state, and, so on and so forth. We for the most part, we know the precepts, man. We know the scriptures, right? As a matter of fact, I'm going to go to chapter 2 and get this quick point. Because again, we all have cases on us, all right? And we are going to be tried out, But what are you going to do, right? Verse 9, Job 2 and 9. It says, then said his wife unto him, doest thou still retain thine integrity? Curse the Most High and die. And like I said, it's all good until, hey, things start happening. And it's crazy because you got the one picture going around where you had I don't know this guy, but he's an NFL player. And him and his wife is, I guess it's his wife is, praying together. And it's just like, yeah, it's all good now while he got the bag, but wait until that check starts, wait until those checks stop coming. Then we'll see if, she's a real ride or die. Then we'll still see if, she's still down for the cause. And I'm not trying to wish harm on the man, but, this is the truth of the matter for in most cases. All right. Everything's all good. People around you got certain friends, wives, whatever. But the minute things start happening, hey, people switch up on you, man. Except for brothers. The water Yahweh Shema Shad. It says, but he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What, shall we receive good at the hand of the Most High, and shall we not receive evil? And all this did not Job sin with his lips. So you see, because we can only imagine, and it's not far-fetched to picture how Job was feeling, because shit, we're going through it ourselves. We're going through it ourselves, and it's like, God damn, And people may look on the outside, looking in, they might see a man in the Lord catch a hell, and they just, they think that, like, what's wrong with this guy? This guy's crazy. But listen, a man of the Lord willing with that number, we're going to stand firm and just, hey, as I read, man, just be patient when our art change to a lower state. All right, because, we're being tried out, man. And make no mistake about it. All this is going to pay off real soon, man. Lord willing, all this is going to pay off real soon. People are going to understand in that day why we stood so stiffly for this. Lord willing, man. People are going to understand why we brothers, because brothers do sacrifice a lot for Yahweh Shema Shai. And, I'm not saying that to say that we're complaining or, any regrets. No, man. Because at the end of the day, what the hell do we have in this world? Absolutely nothing. All right. We don't have nothing in this place anyway. So, I don't say that to complain or anything, but it is a sacrifice, I always say the brothers, the time that brothers take out to get precepts together, to do lessons, to go out on camp and fellowshipping and things of that nature. This is time that we could be in our folly. All right. Spending time with family, just doing follow, doing whatever, so just stuff like that, people are going to see that. The people see it now and they just think, because again, brothers be catching hell, and it's like, damn, and it might, just speaking as a man, for some they might inquire, but I picture like for most that want to inquire, they see brothers catching hell, and it might be a deterrent. It might be one of those things that's like, man, he's catching hell, man. I'm good over here. I'm good where I'm at. Because, this isn't for everyone at the end of the day anyways, So, it is what it is. But as I mentioned earlier this week, hey, the Lord, he has a special tailored, every brother has a hell specifically tailored for him that he's able to go through. All right. Because the Lord knows us better than we know ourselves. So, you know, at the end of the day, man, hey, the Lord's got us. All right. Again, we're being tried out, and hey, look at Job and many of our examples before us. Again, remember the elect, they already got the victory. It's just a matter of it playing out so that, Lord willing, man, our stories are going to be talked about forever. All right. They're going to be talked about forever, man. And you think about it, hey, to this day, people are still talking about Adam, from Adam to Abraham, King David. People are still talking about this man today. So, how long? Not long. All right. Real soon, this is going to be over, man. But Lord willing, this was edifying. Giving all praises to Yahweh Bashim Shai. Shalom to you, hopefully, elect.